Hello, my name is Michael Trainotti. I am the filmmaker of Accessible, and today we are in a very special episode as we are celebrating the channel's first anniversary. For this occasion, things will be a little bit different. Our host, Joyce Fitzgerald, who you already know, will be sitting in the guest chair while I will conduct an interview with her. We will learn more about her story, her career as a journalist, and the process behind the creation of Accessible. I'm really very excited for this, so let's get started. Hello, Mrs. Joyce. How are you?
Hello, Mikon. I'm good, thank you. I'm
Really
good.
very excited to learn more about your story.
Yes. So I'm very happy for you to be sitting into the interview chair this time instead of the other way around usually for me. So
Yes, thank you
Thank you.
very much for this opportunity. So, before we talk a little bit more about your career, I would like to know more about your personal story, your background. I know you were born in Mauritius Island, so
Yes.
tell me a little bit more about it.
Yes, I was born in Mauritius Island, and I moved to France at a quite young age, and then did my, of course, the study there, and so I had a very nice childhood in Mauritius, running around, climbing trees, and climbing up coconut trees and drinking coconut water. You know, I would do that like non-stop, up and down all the time, mango trees. So yes, this is my childhood, and then after that, late childhood, I started in France, and up until I left in 1992-93, I left France to start working and to continue my study.
Oh, that's nice. And about your study, like your professional journalism was always something that you dream about. How was this discovery of this profession for you?
Well, I always had a feeling, my main thing was always I love contact with people. I love talking to people. This was what driven me at first, and communication. We always liked communication as well, communicate, learn about people. And so, of course, when you were like 12, 13, 14, you don't know that, but you have a feeling of like, oh, I love chatting with a person. I love to know about her. I like to understand things. And more and more, my life unfold as a young adolescent, and then after that, a young woman. I felt it more and more, the needs to be going towards that direction. Communication and audiovisual, you know, like television, radio. I was always interested in that. So at a very young age, I was barely 18, not even, I think, I started to work at the radio station where I live in Nantes, because this is where I grew up. And I was animated a program called Détente et Passion, which is detente and relax and passion. To listen to all kind of like music that the people people who are listening to that radio will send us and say, I like today to cover this and this and that song, or this and this and that how you say, a person who's singing, so that we will do that. And so I never did it before, and then I said, okay, let's work for the radio station. And honestly, there was not much people to guide me there, because themselves, they were like, it was just not new, but they were like trying to find their way. So I was there by myself for 2 hours on a Sunday morning to do this program, which taught me a lot. And from that moment on, it was a blink. And like, okay, I know this is where I want to go.
Oh, that's very nice. And so
Yes.
it was a little bit of a challenging for you
Yes.
to learn
Yes.
a little bit by yourself.
Yes.
And I know I work with communication as well, so I was like this field. And how was the perception of people in this? Because I think like it was a very cool job to have at that time.
It was a very cool job to have at that time. I was young, and to be honest with you, some people thought I was too young, and because my voice was not mature. Of course, the people who knows me, they were very happy to listen to me too. But some of the people who were listening, they were like, oh, it's like a very soft voice, because I was still a young girl. So, but then at the end, no, it went very nice, because it was relaxed, and also passionate about the singer, this singer. So at the end, it worked fine perfectly. And I learned as well how to project a soft voice, like speak louder, but I cannot scream because my voice is already a low tone. So this kind of thing I learned there, and it was an amazing experience. And also as a young student, because this is what I was, just a student, you kind of like take everything in from what you're learning from that environment of radio, which is different from television, as you know. And then so I thought, okay, this is not television, this is radio, so people doesn't see me. It doesn't matter how I'm dressed. But I'm always trying to be like nice when I arrive to the studio, because sometimes some fans, because people will follow that every Sunday morning, they will wake up with my voice, and then until midday, you know. So, and they wanted to come and see us. So then I tried to make sure I was always presentable. So whenever somebody would come, and sometimes also we had some prizes, like if you're listening to this song, that song, please guess when this singer was born, or with who was he married, if it was somebody well known. So they will get a prize, and then they'll have to come and collect it at the studio. So then they will come and see me. So it helped me as well to know how to be always prepared, to be presentable. To be presentable,
yes. We will talk a little bit more about the elegance more ahead in the interview, but this is a thing that is very characteristic of yours, and it's nice to know a little bit how it started in the beginning. Yes. And what do you find the most fascinating thing about journalism or studio after all these years working in this field?
Yes, I think the first thing for me, I was very, very lucky to be, after that, I did all kind of other things to be able to pay for my study, etc. But it was always behind the camera. I did some modeling. Then I was a Reine de Saint-Herblain, which is kind of like a miss of the county where I was, which called Saint-Herblain. So I was always behind the camera, and what I really liked was my connection with the people. I really like the connection with the people, and also from that I've learned that some people can bring you up and some people can take you down, and up to you to choose your environment. This was really what really telling me, okay, all this together, being a journalist, and go towards that, go to new places, get out of your comfort zone. This is what really drive me towards like the total idea that I wanted to be a journalist.
Oh, that's really interesting. And you went towards that because then you left France.
Yes,
how
I
was
left France
this?
very early age.
Yes, I know you worked in a lot of other places. So how was this decision at the time? How did it go through?
How you go through? This is a good question, because at the beginning I didn't left totally, because I was still at the same university, and then I was on an Erasmus program, which means that you can work and leave the campus and then come back, send your assignment by post. Back in the days, we didn't have Zoom, we didn't have assignment that you can. So every assignment I have to do, I have to send them by post. You know, this is what I did. First from Paris, because my first job was at Euro Disneyland Paris, and it was just opening. Like we were the first people. I was the first, and I was working as a first employee of Euro Disneyland Paris, and I was working as a guest relation person, like team member. They call it the cast member. So this is where I was working again as a guest relation. I had sometimes to do some clip for the park. I had some time to do some clip for the visitors, or for if you want to go to Wonderland, you have to take this route, that route, this route. And then somebody was filming me, and then they would put it on the big screen in the park. If you are going to Fantasyland, this is this way, that way, this way. You know, it was amazing because it was opening a world. First of all, on Euro Disney, which means on Walt Disney, that I had no idea existed. Of course, everybody Mickey Mouse, but Disneyland, coming to France, coming to Paris. And this is why it's called Euro Disney. Back then, like I said, it was just the park.
Okay.
There was nothing else. It was just field around it. Now you have a train that's coming from Paris straight to Euro Disney. It's very well deserved. You know, you can take the train, you can take the all kind of little bus can take you from every places. Back then there was nothing else. So we had the park, then the how you say this, the houses for the cast members.
Oh, yes.
So
you lived there?
I will live there. So
Yes.
I arrive with my suitcase, with my pack bag, with all my books, and I live there. So there was a bus that was doing the navette, come and go, pick us in the morning and going back. And so this was an amazing time. And this is where as well I learned to be together with several nationalities, because everybody was from some other countries. There was not like one person that was from a country that oh my gosh, I didn't know that country. I didn't know, where are you from? Iceland. Oh yeah, okay. It was amazing. So already when I was doing my study, I went to Switzerland to learn proper English. When I was in France, my English was not so very good. So I went to Switzerland. I studied there, and then I already had a touch of the international world there. And when I started to work for Euro Disneyland, this really like, oh yeah, no, I love this. I love being around different nationalities. I love being around other people, other culture, other countries, other places.
Other cultures, yes, very nice. So it was a little bit challenging. So we always were, in that time, a hard worker, because you had all these jobs and different types of jobs. And
yes. At an early age, I had to know how you say this, to depend on myself, to be able to get where I wanted to be. So in one way, it really gives me the strength that I didn't know existed inside of me. Mm-hmm. You know that, okay, I want to go there, but to go there I have to do this, and you can only count on yourself, because from different circumstances, you don't have anyone to really guide you. Yes, this is the right path, so you count on yourself. And sometimes you have some little people that comes into your life, which I call the angels, that comes into your life and giving you some little advice, like a teacher, someone that you don't even know that works with you, and say, oh, by the way, this and this and that, little things like that have appeared into my life that have given me, the strength to say, okay, yeah, this is where I'm going towards where I want to be. But okay, even if I'm going to fail, on the floor, I will pick myself and continue, because this is where I need to do this for me. First of all, I was doing it for me, because I know I wanted to be someplace, to be someone.
Oh, that's really interesting and inspired somehow at some level. And then the journalism, when did you move to France, to other places in your career?
Yes. So after France, I went to Mauritius, again still as a student, and then I started to work from some hotel, which called Accor Group Hotel, again to perfectionize my English. Again, together I was there handling everything with relation management. Then I was a young manager. It gives me to see how people will react, how people will interfere in a. I know I was not going to go in tourism really, but it really gave me the opportunity to connect with people, to talk with people, and to help them in a way as well, because they're coming on an island, they don't know anything, and then you try to help them. Having said that, when I left Mauritius, I was young. Myself, when I went back, I was as a stranger, because I went back older. But when you left somewhere as a child, you still see that place as a child. When you come back as an adult, you see differently. You don't understand. Oh, I thought this was that. So I myself, I was stranger in between bracket. But there were some people there that with whom I stayed, and they were nice. And then I started to work for Accor Group Hotel in Mauritius for only 6 months. But in those 6 months, it really teaches me the connection with people again, helping people, but also understanding the other side. Like this person is in distress. Why? What's happening? You know, I had some people who were coming and they couldn't understand this and this and that. Even though Mauritius is a welcome, friendly country, but still you can have you can get sick, you can not be well, or for whatever reason.
Yes.
And it really helped me to try to understand the other person. In that sense, it didn't bring me anything in journalism, but it did bring me the other perspective, the mirror of life. Yes, of life, but also to understand others. Put yourself into that other person's shoes. You see what I mean?
Yes.
Yes.
So basically, you were like an outsider in your own home country.
Yes. I did feel that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But it was fine. It was a great experience, and it was nice to see again everybody that I left because I came back, I think 10 years after, which was 10-15 years after. It was a long time. So it was nice, but also to show you as an adult and when you are a child, you have different perspective when you went back to something. But it was an amazing experience to have, as I had a really amazing experience, the contact with the people, and I saw then it really, really confirmed that I really like that.
It really helped you to get your skills that would be necessary for your future career as an interviewer.
Yes, exactly.
And at this point, like in journalism, you felt like you always want to be, because in journalism there are people that just stay in the office, like doing research, and the people behind the camera. You felt like you always want to be like inside and to explore these fields.
Yes, totally. And I believe of my choices in between brackets as a young adult, the radio, Euro Disneyland, Accor Group Hotel for 6 months. Every time when you look at it, it was contact with people, guest relation, management relation of the hotel, whatever, so it was always contact. So I knew when I went to journalism, I knew I had to be on the field, have contact with people. One of the job I did as well, it was in the Netherlands. I worked for the Shell company, and I was a debt collection manager.
Debt collection.
And honestly, I'm not very good at maths. I'm not very good. I mean, it's not my favorite. If I can avoid maths, I would. But I took it anyways. And this world of Shell also opens as well again in the Netherlands, in The Hague, where you have beautiful, wonderful office of Shell, which is the headquarters. It's in The Hague. Multiple of different nationality working there, together with the Dutch people who are very open as well in their communication with English and other languages, other people. And so I said, okay, I'm going to take that on board. I never did this. I went to the interview. I went to the second interview, and to my surprise, I was hired. But then this role of the collection manager, and I wanted to say this because sometimes one thing can lead to another thing, but at the end of the day, they meet. But because I was saying, okay, if I have to do maths, I won't be able to, I would be able to do the maths and things or anything, but I need a computer, I will need my calculator and everything. No. What we need is someone to be able to break through and to be able to talk to the people in the Emirates, to the people in Dubai, to the people in Senegal, who has their platform into the ocean, the Shell platform, and they still owe us money. Okay. Also, what you need is somebody who is an intermediary who communicates between Shell and the others. So it was like Shell Senegal, Shell Emirates. So I would call those gentlemen, and then we will have a meeting, and me telling them, you owe this type of money to us, to Shell. Please, how are we going to address this? How are we going? This was all about communication,
Yes.
So it was very, very, very interesting. and I liked it very much, and I stayed there for a long time. I was a Shell employee for a while, and it really opens as well this world of communication again for me, and I believe it taught me a lot in a way of how to negotiate, how to talk to people, how to make sure that what you want is actually for them to be your friend, not your foe. You know what I mean? And yeah.
And you are like charging them, so it's not an easy thing to do. Yeah, so it requires a lot of communication skills.
Yes.
I can believe.
Yes.
And I think that this is a skill that you have a lot, like when you are inside, like you can talk to someone and really the communication flows really lightly and goes like, and you can extract a lot of information from a simple conversation.
From a simple conversation, it's amazing how you can feel someone, how you can understand somebody, and how you can discover at the end of the day that we are also on the same level. Sometimes I have been talking to some people, if it's on the radio, if it's on the TV, for a TV channel, or you say, oh my God, at the end of the day, we're not that different. Mm-hmm. Maybe we have different opinion, but we're not that different. And as a journalist, you're not supposed to even give your opinion. So remember, I really did the journalism like back in the days. So we don't really give our opinion, but we try to meet at a middle ground in a discussion. And so many times you see also the weakness of that person, but also his strength, his story. That is really, I think, the more and more you talk, the more and more it's reveal someone that you discover.
Yeah, that's something really beautiful, like the discovery.
Yeah.
And then about this job, what comes after, like the pathing of going to really into the journalism field?
Yes. So after Shell, meanwhile that I was going for Shell, like I said, for me it was really like a trampoline, right? Mm-hmm. To go to journalism, to go to broadcasting and everything. So I started to search a little bit to also gathered all my information, and then I've heard and I know about host broadcast services called HBS, and which means that they are the mainstream. So which means that whatever you see on TV regarding sports, this is what is coming from them, from their network. And it's a host broadcast servicing where that the headquarters is in Munich. Mm-hmm. So here I was then writing my letter, because back in the days you write a letter, you write an email, and then I write an email. So we started to write emails. So I write the emails and then write a letter and then send it, and then I got a response and saying, oh, can you please come to Zurich and have an interview with us, because we are preparing the Olympics in Sydney, then we're also preparing the World Cup in Japan, and we need someone that will go around, a journalist that we're happy to form, to go around to do pre-post interview, meaning that you will talk to the athlete before, you will talk to the athlete after. You will talk as well to the host country, to the host city, which is amazing, because I was doing double work in one thing, So imagine how, like when you are filming in Korea or in Japan, you will talk about Tokyo or Yokohama or Oita, where they were holding one of the games. I would go around on the street of Oita and talk to the Japanese people. How do you feel about that? And then they will talk about with me how they feel about all the foreigners coming in to their country and with a major event. So this is how it started, and then so little I knew I was hired. And then from that on I was hired, and then the whole thing started to get together, and then really hired for the Olympics in Sydney, and then hired for the World Cup in Japan and Korea.
Oh, that's sweet.
They were host country, they were combined, South Korea and Seoul and Japan. So, and this is how I would say, to my wonderful surprise and wonderful, I couldn't even believe this was happening. Like, I couldn't believe that was happening to me, So, and I'm like, okay, you have this, my fate. my fate. I really believe that I was watched from the above, I'm like, okay, someone got me. I'm going to do this. Like I said, I didn't really had a huge broadcasting experience then. So I'm like, no, it will be fine, and I would take on the team because I was assigned, and I would have a team of a crew that will work with me, and then this is what we did, and this is what I just did that, and it was amazing because I was doing something completely out of my comfort zone, completely out of the country itself was totally different as well, and oh my gosh, what an experience this was.
What an experience, I can imagine, because it was not Europe life, but then you go straight to Japan. Yes, that's a totally different culture, and I believe it was like even in a big sport event and in sports, like did you knew about sports, something about sports, like how was this?
No. I mean, I didn't know much. I mean, I just know about I love always soccer. America we say soccer, but then we say football. In Europe, I always love football. Living in France, went a lot of time to watch at FC Nantes. When I was elected, we would say queen of the city. I went and cut the ribbon on the big stadium. That was just open, and after that, left back, right back, forward. I learned that because if you're interviewing someone, you should be able to say, oh yeah, you are left back, you are forward, but that would be about it. But what is the configuration of a team? What does it take? What does it take to be an athlete? All this I learned there. So I didn't know much. All I knew is that I wanted to go towards the people, or it was the athlete, or it was the host country. I wanted to go and find out.
Yes. And I think it was like hard work back then, like to learn all these things without the information that we have nowadays.
Yes, I didn't have Google. And so I had to find out information by like, imagine you're presenting something in Yokohama, or if you are in Oita, because after that I was assigned in Oita, which is an island of Japan. So you're traveling down south, and then you go to Oita, this beautiful little island, and they were hosting Italy, France, I believe the UK as well were playing there. You have to understand, where is Oita, what is the population, and all these things I learned how to research from I would say from like the raw, like you don't have the internet, you have to go and search it by yourself in the books, and sometimes you will have access. Back then I don't even believe we had Google, so I just, whatever books of tourism was in my hotel room, this is what I will learn, and started to write down the whole story.
The story, all the things that was around you would serve as an information.
Yes.
And I believe you must have lived a lot in this field. And would you describe what was your favorite moment from all this experience as a journalist back in the Olympics?
Yes. Of course, discovering those beautiful cities was amazing. I believe really Japan touched me a lot, because it was something so different from what I'm used to. The way of living, the mindset, the culture, the mentality. This was really touches me as a person, and as a journalist, is to learn how to work with different culture, with different people. In Japan, people, all they want when you work with them together, they really want to make sure that they deliver the best of the best to you. And it doesn't matter if you are the manager or if you are just a team member. I really like that into that culture, in the Japanese culture, the way they will respect every single things. I would say, okay, I need this, I need that, I want, I would need this to be able to do this. I would need that, and out of the sudden it appears. It's because they are perfectionists in that way, in that sense, and and I really believe it was such an amazing experience working with them. I now I can master a little bit Japanese, but not much. I don't really speak, so I had an interpreter with me. I had an assistant. I had someone that was doing a lot of paperwork. In information I needed, she would look for it for me, because a lot of time back then there was nothing in English. Everything was in kanji.
Kanji.
Yes.
Okay, so it was really more challengeable.
Yes.
And how is this experience to exchange, like with an interpreter? Like you want to communicate something, and
Yes.
like it was really a challenging. How
Yes.
did you feel about that?
Yes, how would I structure this? So imagine before a game, I said, okay, we would need to go into the tunnel and then to go to speak to the athlete before a game, and then I would just tell the translator, this is what I'm going to do. Please have this ready, this and that ready, and then she will go about and just try to find the right people. Normally they know what they have to do, and then she will manage really, I would say, the team on the ground to be able to assist me, to assist us, as a team. And then that team was also an international team, so that was working for this host postcard services. Yeah.
Really nice, very nice. And so you had this amazing career as a journalist, and then you changed your life a little bit. When did you decide to leave your career aside and to become a mother?
Yes, I always knew I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to be a mother. You feel that instinct inside of you. Because you can be a mother, you can be a mother. I don't think you can judge a person to be a good or bad mother. Because I believe that certain people are not made to be mom, and that's fine. And certain people are made to be mom, and that's fine too. At the end of the day, we are all human beings with all kind of different desire or feelings, because this is something you feel inside of you. I don't know how to describe that unless you're a woman, but I felt that, okay, I want to have a child inside of me, and I would love to be a mother, etc., etc. And it was a big deal for me, because I had to work very hard by myself. I had to study very hard, helping myself. I took a student loan myself, I paid all by myself. So to be able to say, after doing all this, to be able to say, okay, I give this up and just to be a mother, it was not a challenge. But it was not even a decision making, because I felt at that moment, and you will be very happy to hear that I met the person that I was going to be for the rest of my life, but also being the father of my children. So it was love.
Oh, that's really nice.
Love was that.
So love's you guided through this, and you knew.
Yeah. Yes.
And you are a mother of 3 today.
Now I am a mother of 3, and mother of 3 amazing young boys that I try to give the best of me to them, by not shadowing them by my ambitions at all. But so little I knew that just by putting them, because I had to choose an after school activity for my children. And I put them automatically in football, because this is all I knew. 4 boys, because I grew up in France, and football is all around us. So little I knew. Now there are 3 athletes, and one of them, my older one, is playing at Xavier University in the US. The second one is playing for Post University in New York. And the third one will be joining FC Cincinnati later on. He's just turned 18, he's finishing his degree, and will attend the same university. But all of them had a formation in Portugal, and my oldest son also signed professional, and also signed professional for is the club that he was playing for, Boavista. And also started to play for the country Ireland, because my husband is Irish. So little I knew that I started. This is very funny. Sometimes I say nothing happened for nothing. Everything happened for a reason. Very early on, I was at the hype, which is the World Cup, the World Cup in Japan, Korea, and everything. And it was the highest point. I didn't know. I just thought it was the start. I didn't know it was actually the end. So that was so funny. But because I was still young and I knew I had so much still to give in that, and because we were already talking about Atlanta next and things like that. But and then I stopped after this hype. So I mean, this is an experience of my life that I will never forget, you know. And then to go to motherhood, but then so little I knew, putting my children into just after school activity at age 5 or 3 for my older one, that this is the path that he was going to choose himself as a young boy, because he started to play football, and then his brothers did the same, you know. So yeah,
something really beautiful. And like you mentioned, like now they live in the US, we are here in Portugal, you live here in Portugal. How do you work this to have them all spread the family?
Yes, it is challenging, because I am a mother that been always around them, and I'm glad, because my husband himself had a career as well, still have, and so I had to be present for the both of us at a certain point of my life. Especially when they are young, your children needs a model. They need role models. They need to interact with things that they understand, and you need to be that role model. My husband were doing his career, but then we're trying to be present as much as a role model as well for them. But he needs also to be absent, you know, from the home, and so it became a whole at the end. So I'm used to be always with them, and to be always being able, you know, to do this, to do that, to advise them on this, on that. When they were little, the clubs, and taking them there to training, to games. And now they are flying their own wings. I feel that I hope that I gave them the best of me, letting them go in that way. But still, we are playing a very important role still in their life. They know that. They call me like in the middle of the night sometimes to know, what do you think about that, what do you think about this, and then they will call their dad for something different. So I like to think that at the end of the day, that bond that we have created to an early age, because we were on our own in a way, and each time into a different country, and this time because of my husband's career, that this bond were made together to so strong that it will last. Because now that I see, for instance, my child who is 22, who is one of my boys who is 22, he's the older one. He is 21. He's going to be 22. He's not going to be happy me saying that. And then the other one who is 19 is in New York. They still call me, text me. There is something. So I do want to believe that that precious bond that we create together when they were young still remain now, and it doesn't change much in that perspective. But we do travel a lot. Luckily, we can do that, to meet them, to be with them, and also to call. We call almost every day or every other day whenever they need, and also leave them their space to grow as well, to take their own identity, because this is how they will also forge themselves as a human being.
Yeah, that's nice. And you said that they choose a career that was similar to yours, like in the same field, but yes, they still have their freedom to do this. So
yes,
it's part of the connection. It's really beautiful, because I remember the other day we were here, and then now I need to take some time. I need to call up them. Even now, today you have your own thing, like you still have this strong bond.
Very, very strong, very, very strong. And I do believe it's because, like I said to you, so I kind of make that break and stop everything, because I decided, yes, I want to be a mother. And then my husband's career was taking my husband very good path, and he is a very devoted, very disciplined leader, and very young age became a very young leader. So you don't get this just by having a job 9 to 6, you know. Mm-hmm. You have to do extra work, extra traveling, extra everything. But at the same time, he also wanted a family. He also wanted to be a husband, you know. So we were in Singapore. So we live in Singapore, where I have my first baby, so Cristiano. And then I have my second baby in London, where my husband then was working for Oracle. He was one of the youngest manager there, vice president for Oracle. Then we were working in London, living in London. Then after that, from London, we went to the US, where I had my third boy. And he's still my little precious little baby. He's now 18. And he was born in San Diego, California, which I would like to salute them all, because I know everybody over there is watching. I have a very San Diego I love. I've been very lucky with my husband choosing San Diego, because my boys were young, very young when we went to San Diego. We were debating between San Francisco, San Diego, or Florida. We were not sure, because you could choose. And then he went to San Diego and came back and said, no, come and see, because I think it should be San Diego. And so we chose San Diego, and it was an amazing choice and experience. And it was an amazing place for me to give birth to my last baby as well. So meeting my friends that I would call my family for life in San Diego. They will know who I'm talking about, and so overall, so I've been very lucky to land up in one of the most beautiful states in the US.
So I believe that San Diego is in the map.
I know, and after that, everywhere you go, like, oh no, I don't like, because I believe it's one of the most beautiful states in the US, San Diego.
Yes.
My feeling, my opinion.
Of your opinion.
Yes. No, it's true. I think California is a very beautiful state, and to happen to arrive there for the first time in the US and be in California, you couldn't ask for better. Yeah.
Yes. And as you mentioned, like, you were on your own, like, and being a mother or a parent doesn't come with a manual. So I believe that you learn a lot. What did motherhood taught you?
Oh, perseverance, patience. Also, for the first time, it's not just you, but it's another extension of you. Even though I had boys, a lot of people sometimes say to me, oh, don't you regret you don't have a girl or something like that? But no, I mean, if I had 3 girls, I would have been, of course, equally happy. But my 3 boys are an extension of me, of what I taught them, or what I tried to make them be as human beings. I believe to make sure that you understand yourself first, understand others, to be able to teach it to another human being that is actually your son, who later on will be going into the life and going into society, and is going to portray, or is going to say, or is going to be the thing that you taught them. You see, I believe as a mother, your role as a parent, your role is so important, of how you portray yourself, because it's tainted on your child. Your child will always mirror you as a parent. A lot of time they said, oh, if you smoke, automatically in the house the children will smoke. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not, but a lot of time it is true. But it is not always true. I have to say that, though. It's not because you're coming from, like, imagine a bad place, or a bad neighborhood, or a bad household, in between brackets, being abused, being whatever, that you automatically will be that. Meaning that the child, which can be your child or yourself as a growing up after childhood, can make your own decision as well. Like today, I trust my boys to make the right decision, to be with the right people, to be hanging out with the correct crowd. I'm not too worried about that, because they're in the athletic environment, so normally all of them have the same discipline, have to have the same mindset. So I do count on them to be good children, to be good young boys, and to make sure that they know what we taught them, and to take that with them, as an example for others, for their teams, for their coach, for themselves.
Yes, I'm pretty sure this mirror thing about parenthood is something that is really important to the creation of them.
Yes.
And even though they are such in a young age, they have a building a career, and I think that they will be much more known in the future.
Thank you.
Yes, because
Thank you.
pretty sure you've done a great job as a mother.
Well, we try, we always doubt. I mean, there is no, like I said, we have lots of books of parentings. You can read all those books. It's the same with pregnancies. You can read all those books. It's the same like being a wife or a couples. But at the end of the day, it's really your gut feelings and how you are yourself as a human being. You know, I really believe that. I mean, as a young mother and as a young wife, you know, you read all kind of things on books, on pregnancy, on couples, on this, on that, before you get married, But at the end of the day, it's your journey. It's not written in a book. You know, it's your journey, and that you try to make sure that you have it inside of you, but also have the composure to say, okay, I am on my own with 3 children in a foreign country. My husband have to do what he's doing because I know he's taking off with a career that I'm fully support. Like we talk about it before the decision making. Which one is going to pose? Obviously, I am the one who's going to carry the children. Which one, you know, his career was his devotion, his learning. He also learned. He did another, like, continue learning as well as a student as well himself in Singapore, and he did another master. You know, so I supported all this together with him. But at the end of the day, it's really what you, as a person, carry to your child, and said, okay, I did this, that. You can do the same, or you can do it differently. But at the end of the day, it is your choice. All my 3 boys are now athletes. And I swear to you, Mekon, this is their own choices. I even try them to have different sports. I say, you don't need to play football. You don't need to do that because your older brother is doing it. You can choose another discipline. And we tried, but it didn't work. They didn't like it.
It was meant to be football for them.
Yes. And then, of course, obviously, I support also when to play football, which is a big commitment as parent when they are young. Still now, actually, but when they are young. It
requires a lot of discipline.
Yes. And as parents, you know, you have to be on, you know, to do this, to make sure that they go to bed, to make sure they have the amount of sleep that they need. And after that, because they're still young, you know, and now they do it on their own. But it's amazing how when you love something, when you do it in passion, you don't even need to say nothing to them. They do it, they learn it. Like me, I knew I had to have a better communication. First of all, to create that communication, I needed to understand people. So I went and worked for this radio, this and this and that. So the same for them. They are now they know when they have to do this, when they have to do that, when they have to, what nutritions they need. So I am still involved in that, but not even close to what I used to do before.
Yes.
When they were younger.
Yes. And now the youngest one is 18.
Yes.
And your career is not on pause anymore.
No.
How it was like this was something that you always imagined, always had in your mind to come back about journalism. How was this path?
I mean, I always knew that first of all that I would come back to do my activity again. Was I going to come back to journalism, totally journalism like I used to know it? I knew somehow no. I knew somehow no. Why? Because after a certain age or after a certain experience of life, you are like, okay, you know, I don't really need to go and work for a network, but I want to contribute to something meaningful that I think is meaningful for me. And having living by my husband's career into so many places, so many countries, different people, different mentalities, showed me that I should definitely share this with an audience. So I started to craft it in my head, little by little, then started to really write it down around COVID. This is when it really started. I was then living in San Francisco, in Los Gatos, exactly, the Bay Area. This is where I started to really write it down. and then didn't say nothing to anyone, but just started to craft it. Said, I think I could use this experience. I think I could use, because now I was 1 minute, because I was then living in Portugal, left Portugal, went back to the US, not to be back to San Diego, but to live for the first time ever in San Francisco, in the Bay Area. So then I started to think, okay, I believe I should give that to the audience, all these different places,
So different experience, and yes. And how it's been like now, being back to content create in your own terms?
This has been amazing, inspiring, because I am so, you don't need the approval of anyone. Whatever ideas come into my head, I put it down. Of course, I have a crew with who I review certain things we said, okay, yes, because the channel is for now on YouTube, certain things have to be approved by YouTube. So we have certain restrictions that I need to respect. But in terms of creations, I am totally free. It's freedom. And so I'm like, okay, what inspires me today? What should I cover today for the people to know about? Like we did an episode on Nazaré. Nazaré have the biggest waves in the world. Let's go talk about that. And this is how it inspired me. So I gather my thoughts together. I take my book. I started to write, and then I check in with my crew. Say, what do you think? And okay, on board, and we go. So in that sense, I don't have to have an authorization with anyone. Of anyone need to give me any authorization to do this. And then I can switch from Nazaré to Rosa Parks, for instance. I went to Washington, D.C., and then I knew that we had the mansion of Rosa Parks there, what she used to rent. And then I said to Tanya, my one of my editor crew member, that also manage everything that you see together with you, Mekan, actually.
Yes.
Tanya, what do you think? I'm going to send that to you. I'm going to be inside. Okay, I'm ready. I'm standing by. And this is what I like, that spontaneity as well, to have to be able to do that, the liberty to do this.
Yes, the liberty to do this. And since you mentioned Tanya, now we have from your experience of international work, and now you have an international crew as well, that not even time is always near in Portugal.
Yes.
So how is this process like?
Yes,
for you?
This has been amazing also, and this is what I said. I really believe nothing. There is a reason why things happen. Nothing comes for no reason, and I always like to work with international people, and so little I knew when I would go back again, I would be with an international crew. And this crew, what is amazing about this crew? So let's talk about the crew, because you are part of it. Were found by my personal assistant, Luboslava. So Luboslava been working for me when I came back from San Francisco. I came back here in Portugal, and I hired her. She actually had her hands on deck everywhere with me. So which is within accessible, but we also without accessible. And so one day I told her, look, I started my first talk show, and then I started it with Marbella. We'll come back on that one, because I want to tell you the story on how I launched it. And so I said to her, I just want to be just be quiet with it, go slowly, and my goal is not totally to go with a broadcast network, or I just want to have a team that comes with me because they believe in the project, because they see what is accessible and understand my ideas. And because she is that type of person, and she is there, and I know totally for me, she said, I know this person, I know that person, I know this person. So then she introduced me to Tanya. So Tanya is from Bulgaria, and she has been working on film sets, cinematographic, etc., coming in with a lot of experience in that field. So she has been then really started editing the episode. At first, I was filming it myself. Then one or two episodes, Luboslava film it, and then after that, Tanya took the lead of the editing. And then after that, we needed a good cameraman because Tanya, and this is what I like, everybody knows what they can do. And each and every one of them respect what the other one can do. So she is a wonderful photographer. She works, like I said, a lot of extensive experience in cinematographic on film sets and everything. But was telling me, I'm not so sure I can take filmed, So then, of course, I talk about this with Luboslava. We talk about that, and she said to me, I think I know someone who knows someone. So this is how it went for you to appear and for you to arrive with Accessible and to join the team. And I have to also mention that also we have Nadia, who has been working for me now for a while without Accessible. And so she comes in with all kind of little information that she can help me with, sometimes with my clothes, sometimes with my hair, and all again just with the love of this project, the love of carrying it together with me. And I suppose it's because somehow they like me and to be together with me, So
Yes,
and then I had Nadia, who did my hair for the first filming in Porto and in a jewelry shop, MBM. And so she did my hair, and for now, every time I need something for Accessible, she is the Accessible hairdresser. And so this is how the crew started. And of course, I'm not forgetting Mareva, who is our designer. She designed the logo.
Yeah, the beautiful logo.
This is what you can see here. So this beautiful logo is Mareva, who designed this. She is a graphic designer, and sometimes she can be on set, sometimes she cannot. She also lives remotely. So she also created her own, I suppose, work as
business.
Well, where she has business where she is now, so where she lives. So we had a nice crew coming in together.
Yes, it's really, really nice.
Yes.
And since you mentioned Marbella, but let's go back a little back in time yet. Like, how did the name Accessible, since you mentioned the logo as well, how it was pictured?
I'm going to tell you how it is, because like I said, I always said I like authenticity, I like sincerity, and I need to tell you why. Ever since I was young, and then when I started, I always hear people, and I think it depends on where you are, what kind of country you are, what kind of mindset the people are in, what kind of mentality. They will say, oh, no, this is not accessible. This is not accessible. Or no, you shouldn't do this because you didn't do this. You shouldn't do, I don't know, like you shouldn't do going to work into marketing because you didn't study languages. This is an example. And I'm like, but nothing, you can learn everything. Yes. There's nothing not accessible, unless you have, unfortunately, a certain handicap. But even then, we have Olympics. We have para sport, all kind of things happening. So for the people who unfortunately have some type of handicap, and they become that strong and the strongest of ever. Now, if those people can do this, surely I can do it too. I surely can. If I do not have the money if you don't have the money to do higher study, well, then I will going to find out a way to get the money. By taking a loan by myself or whatever I have to do, I will do it. Okay, I do not speak English very well, but I have to find a way to be able to learn better English, because back in the days you didn't have all these social media where you can learn, So this was really because I kept on hearing a lot back then. This is not accessible to you. This is not accessible to you because you don't have this, because you don't have that. And I wanted to define this. I'm like, no, I'm going to show you, and for me, for myself, that is actually accessible to me. Because I define that. I are going to make it accessible to me. And so that word kind of always stick to me. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. Accessible was that word that was like, no, it's going to be accessible to me. It's going to be accessible to me. And just to come back a little bit before I go back to Marbella, I can remember being arriving for the first time, landing in Japan. Then we arrived, and going to Yokohama to the headquarters where the Hosbuskat services were, and I'm like, I cannot even just believe that I am in Japan with my all my things and me, and yes, it is accessible. And this is how this name was always somehow deep inside of me, this word, because you heard a lot of time, and it's different of the concept of the country, of the people around you who's going to bring you up or not. They will say, oh yes, you can do it, but a lot of time I heard, well, this is not accessible to you because you don't have the money. You don't have the money to do école supérieure or to do a higher school because you don't have the money. Well, I was going to find a way to find the money, and I did. So to show that when I was into the school, a lot of the children or a lot of the students, they were not at the same scale than me, but it doesn't matter. I didn't let that difference be shown because I was sure this is where I have to be able to go to the next level. Yes.
Yes, very, very inspiring.
Yes.
It's a very good name for the show.
Yes, this is how it stays. And then, so to come back to your question about Marbella,
Yes.
so I knew I had to always launch it at some point. So I started with that title, then I draft everything, and then we were in Marbella with my family, and I'm like, okay, is this now or never? Sometimes you have a feeling, this is now. And then I talked to my son, who is my oldest son, and he was my first cameraman. And so anything that you would see of me presenting what is accessible, it's him filming. And then I had this wonderful chef called David Boyojo, who has Salute as well. And I said, David, would you like to appear? I'm going to do my first talk show. And I would love to talk about your cuisine because he is from Africa, and so he have a special cuisine. So I said, what do you think? And I said, don't worry, I have drafted a few things. Just look at it and let me know what you think. And the next day he comes with me, yes, no problem. It was so spontaneous that he came right in a way, and then it really was the little stone or the little coin that you threw in the water, and that resonate all the rest that came after.
Yes. So it was, and I believe this was a very special moment for you, this episode, like you always mentioned.
Yes.
This is like your favorite moment so far.
Yes, my favorite moment so far. Yes.
And now it's been a year of, you didn't stop, like you continued doing. And how do you say, like, you're feeling about now celebrating 1 year?
Very emotional because I didn't thought to have received so much encouragement, so much attention also to the episode. Even though I never produced before, I had to seek a lot of advice as well. Thank goodness I know some people were still working in the field, so they graciously advised me, genuinely were there for me if I needed their opinion, which I actually salute as well and thank very much from the bottom of my heart. My husband as well, and my boys, because they like very fast with social media and things like that. So I said to them, what do you think about that? What do you think? So they also in a way inspire me, but also they will see it after I do something or I create something before it even is being viewed by anyone. My editing crew, the technical crew, my assistant will be the first people who will see it. After that will be always my family. And then they will tell me, oh yeah, that's great. Oh yeah, oh no, why, And then I will tell the crew, oh yeah, maybe this, because they have a view that it's from the outside, which I think can be very helpful,
Yes, very different type of tips as
yes,
well.
Yes,
it's good to have the support of the family in this.
Yes. Oh yes, totally.
Yes, and in this 1 year, what has surprised you the most?
What has surprised me the most, I think it's the fact that first of all, I have two things have surprised me a lot the most. Is to have the gathering of a crew that have no idea of nothing of whatsoever at the beginning. Then I think themselves understand how this all is coming from and where it is going. You know, and I don't believe at the beginning, that they understood, accessible. What is it? Just a talk show, or we're just going to talk to one people, to that people, go to that place, this place? But no, I think after that, not only they understood it, but they embraced the project. That was my surprise. This one, the support of the audience. That now we are more than 25,000. Tanya, you can tell me if I'm wrong. More. So we are more, and we will tell you exactly, I'm sure, during the episode how much we are. But and this for me is amazing, because the audimat kept on going up, and it gives me the courage, gives me the inspiration, and obviously also to discover now more and more places that myself didn't know, like Nazareth. I'd never been before, and it was a very beautiful discovery to learn about the country where I live in, but I didn't know about it. I never was before into other places, like where where we went to film, so.
Estrela, Marrakesh, it was...
Marrakesh was also first time.
Yes. And we discovered snow in Portugal, because there is snow in Portugal. Yes. Many people don't think that.
Yes, exactly.
So it was a beautiful journey so far, and I know that there is a lot more to come, but how do you see accessible a year from now or in the future? Of course, it's not hard to predict the future when you know you're inspired, when you know you're doing something with passion. So where I see accessible in the future, I hope bigger. I hope that at the end of the day, that the viewers will see that that they want, this is something that they want to see all the time. That it will be like an imprint on the people, on the viewers. That it was I try to touch all kind of different topics. Like, I had a friend of mine, she's a wonderful psychologist, psychanalyst in France. She was on the show. I have another friend who also created her own brand. She was also on the show. So I try to touch as much as possible people that inspired me, but also the stories that can maybe inspire others. Yes. So this is where I hope accessible will go, and maybe one someday to be in a network. But we will see for that. We still have time to grow, to continue, but especially to enjoy this. To enjoy it now, the time. Yes, enjoy the time. You're doing it in your own way, in your own terms.
Yes.
But if you could start all over again, would you do something differently?
The only thing that I would do differently will be the timing. Because you always doubt yourself, like, is that the right time? Is it this one? Is it the right time? You're always trying to find the perfect timing. And I know myself, like I said, it can be good, it can be bad, but I'm quite a perfectionist in what I do. So I like it to be perfect timing. But at the end of the day, I don't know if there is a perfect timing. Is there a perfect timing to be a mother? Is there a perfect timing to be in this career or that career? You can also come back to something that you never did before and yet still be fulfilled, totally happy, So it will be like, maybe I should have had started it sooner. It will be that I would have changed, like the timing of it. But now when I'm saying it to you and think about it, I think I would change nothing.
Nothing. Yes, that's really very inspiring. And we're getting to the end of the interview with you. It's been like a really pleasure to be here, and we could know much more about your inspiring story. And I know you would like to say, like, this is your show, and I would know that you would like to leave a message for someone that, like, starting a different project, or what message would you give about the whole experience you have?
I would say, stay true to yourself. If you have a small budget, do something within a small budget, and then from there, walk your path. If you have a bigger budget, then do it with your bigger budget and walk your path. But stay authentic, stay inspired, but mainly remain true to yourself. Do not reinvent yourself. I think you know what you're good at, and you know also what no one can take away from you. Each and every one of us have this. We know what we are good at. We know what we like. We know what we don't like. We know that sometimes we do things to please people or to fit into something. If you have the choice, you can. If you have the choice, I mean, some people don't have a choice, but if you do have a choice to be able to come back after motherhood, after just even not motherhood, but you just wanted to take a break and be relaxed, and or to just believe in what you want to do and go for it. Go for it and stay true to yourself and continue to be inspired. Always by keeping your feet on the ground. I always try to stay grounded. I believe this is really, really important to remain grounded and to treat others as equal. And I think no matter what you do, people will feel that in you. You know what I mean? I remember when I lived in San Diego, I used to go to a flower shop, and that lady, she just opened her shop together with her husband, and they used to be in the different field of expertise before. And oh my gosh, when I went there, it was not just about just buying flowers. Like, they were like so nice, so kind, telling me about this, telling me about that, taking the time. Like I said again, they could afford the time. Some people don't have time to afford because they were also a little bit, the children were growing up, but they wanted to come back to certain activities. And you know, their shop was full. It's just because people were like, felt like you were someone was looking into your eyes and was just talking about everyday life, selling you their flowers, and then you go out about your business. You know, so I would advise that really is to say true to yourself, being inspired. Do within your means, also with your own budget, and do try to, we have a say in French, and don't try to go too fast. You have to follow the rhythm. Ne danse pas plus vite que la musique, meaning don't dance faster than the music. You see, I think this really says something. You know, you have a music, you follow the music. You don't dance faster than the music.
So the music, yes,
exactly. You know, and make on. I really believe that accessible, I hope, will inspire people and maybe inspire them to do something that maybe they thought was out of their reach.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it will, and I'm pretty sure you will continue exploring and discover new amazing story around the world.
Yes, I hope.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it will.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. Congratulations again for this first year.
Yes.
It was a pleasure to be here.
Thank
I
you.
know there will be more for this anniversary to come to the channel.
Yes, it will be, there will be a lot coming in, and we have a lot to cover, and I know I have a wonderful crew behind me. So thank you. Thank you to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.